Hi students, how are you doing? Our lesson today is real numbers. Real numbers consist of rational numbers and irrational numbers. What's mean rational numbers? What's mean irrational numbers? Rational numbers means any number that we can written as a fraction. Any number can be written as a fraction. It's mean rational numbers like this, a over b. A and b, they are integers and b not equal to 0. We will start with natural numbers. Natural numbers means counting numbers. We can count with our fingers. It's 1, 2, 3, so on. This is called natural numbers. Natural number is subset of integers. Integers, it's natural number with 0 and negative. Integers, it's mean natural with the negative. -1, -2, -3, so on. So the integer is natural with negative. Means we can say 3 is natural. And it's integer also. Can we say -2 is integer and it's natural? No, there is no negative with this set of natural. Just natural is subset of integers. Now, the integers is subset of rational numbers. We said rational numbers means any number that we can written as a fraction. A and b are integers. Like this, if we have 3 over 4 is rational. If we have 2 is natural. Can we say it's an integer? Yes, because natural is subset of integer. And can we say 2 is rational? Yes, because the natural is subset of integer and rational. And we can write it as a fraction. There is no denominator, it's 1. 2 over 1 is a fraction, so it's rational. All the rational, it's mean real numbers. So the rational, any number can written as a fraction. It's mean like 3, we can say it's rational because we can write 3 over 1. -5, it's rational. We can write -5 over 1. If we have this decimal, 3.5 tenths, it's rational because it's mean 3 and 5 over 10. Then we can write it as a fraction, 10 by 3, 30 plus 5, 35 over 10. So any natural, any integers, and any fraction or any decimal, but that decimal should be terminate. It's terminate here, 3.5. So it's terminate means it's rational. If it's not terminate, like this, 3.5136, like this, it's not terminate, means no end. So it's irrational. It's mean irrational. If the decimal not terminates, it's irrational. But if it's terminates, it will be rational. But if it's not terminate with pattern, like this, 1.666. It's not terminate, but it's repeated. Repeat, the 6 is repeated. So it's with pattern. So it will be rational. This is the rational number. Terminate, and if it's not terminate, it should be repeated. Okay? Now the irrational. The irrational numbers, it's like this. Not terminate and not repeat, like this. This is irrational. Look, this is irrational. And any square root, not perfect square, like square root 5. Square root 5 is irrational. When you have square root a number and that number is not perfect square, it's irrational. But if it's perfect square, like square root 9, it's rational. 9 is perfect square. We can find it is 3. Square root 9, 3 means 3 over 1. We write it as a fraction, so it's rational. But when you have square root of a not perfect square, it's mean irrational. Now we have these examples from your book. We have square root 3. Square root 3, the number inside the square root is not perfect square, so it's irrational. And all irrational is real number. When we want to write all names that apply to square root 3, we can say just it's irrational and real number. Now we have this negative 52 and 28 hundredths. Here we have decimal. It's terminate. If it's terminating decimal, it's mean it's rational. And can we say it's natural? No. Can we say it's integer? The natural and integer means whole number. So it's not natural, not integers. Rational and it's real number. Each rational is real number. Now we have this number square root 16 over 4. Square root 16 is 4 over 4. 4 over 4. We can divide both by 4. It will be 1 over 1. It's mean 1. So we can write 1 or 1 over 1 when the denominator is 1. 1 is natural and it's integer because natural is subset of integer, and it's rational. 1, it's same 1 over 1. And it's real number. The real number consists of set of rational and set of irrational. So any rational and any irrational is real number. Students, when you have like this number, square root negative 4 or square root negative 5 or any integers or rational, that means this number is not real number. Just in this case, it's not real number. So if it's not real number, it's not rational, not irrational. When we have inside the square root negative number, it's not real number. Now we have just the density property. Density property, it's mean between any two real numbers, there is another real numbers. This property is not true for natural numbers or integers. For instance, if we have 1 and 2, 1 and 2 natural, can we find a natural number between 1 and 2? No, there is no natural. Natural, it's mean 1, 2, 3, 4, the numbers we can count with our fingers. So there is no natural between 1 and 2. So we can say between any real numbers, two real numbers, there is another real number. Like this, between 0 and 1 over 4. 0 and 1 over 4 real numbers, we can find many real numbers or infinite real numbers between 0 and 1 over 4. So if we have this or these two numbers, we want to find a real number between 1 over 4 and 1 over 2. Between 1 over 4 and 1 over 2. We will add 1 over 4 and 1 over 2 and then divide it by 2. 1 over 4 plus 1 over 2. We write the denominator is 4. We multiply 2 by 2 and 1 by 2 to get same denominator. Here we have 1 plus and 2 by 1, it's 2. So we get 1 plus 2, it's 3. We get 3 over 4 when we add these two real numbers. Then we will divide 3 over 4 divide by 2. 2, it's mean no denominator, so it's 1. When we have dividing fraction, it will be 3 over 4. We keep the first fraction. We change the divide to multiply and we write the fraction as 1 over 2. Sorry. It will be 3 by 1, it's 3 over 4 by 2, it's 8. So 3 over 8 is between 1 over 4 and 1 over 2. Means if we divide this into 8, it will be 3 over 8. It's about here. So when we want to find real number between two real numbers, we need to add these two real numbers and then divide by 2. We have this example. We want to find real number between 1 and 1 over 3 and 1 and 2 over 3. We will plus them and then divide by 2. Let's rewrite it as a fraction. Here we have mixed number. 3 by 1 is a 3 plus 1, 4 over 3. Plus 3 by 1, 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 over 3. It's equals 9 over 3. 9 over 3, it's mean 3. Now we will divide 3, divide by 2. 3 divide by 2, it's mean 1 and 1 over 2. So 1 and 1 over 2 is between 1 and 1 over 3 and 1 and 2 over 3. We add the two real numbers, then divide it by 2. Divide by 2. Thank you for watching.